And we're back. We've got Amenyah in the building, the superstar that is Amenyah. Arsenal are flying high. You said my boy superstar and whatnot.
No. I can't complain, man. I can't complain. I'm still here. I can't lie, man. Little bit nervous with all the injury stuff. I'll be real. Like the squad depth thing was kind of fun, but the last week or so.
Save them thoughts. Save them thoughts. We're gonna get into that in a moment. Save them thoughts.
Say nothing. I'll speak.
Apart from that, what's everything saying, man?
I cannot complain, man. I cannot complain. As long as we're winning every week, I'm good in it. Like that's the most important thing. As long as Arsenal are winning games, everything else is what is.
You should be a bit more upbeat, man. Be a bit more upbeat. We're doing our thing.
No, do you know what it is? As well. This is more important than anything, bro. And like I'm nervous that we might concede a shot on target today. That's what's now, Before it's like, am I going to get the 3 points? Now it's like, but what if they get a shot off? Now, then I become nervous again, innit?
Standards.
They've gone up. He's changed
our I can't lie. I want to ask you a question straight off the bat, yeah? Like, it's in the title. Like, first thing, do you see any weakness in our team?
Well, I like the starting
anything. It could be small, it could be massive, like heavy on there if there's a significant one. Do you see any significant weakness in us?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll say two like minor ones in terms of obviously we're flying in it, so there's nothing crazy. But in terms of things that I would worry about maybe potentially going forward, one is the fact that Martinelli is the only player we have that has that running in behind type pace about him, especially for like away games or even games where, let's say, it's end-to-end basketball, Martinelli would be someone very important. We don't really have a natural replacement for him, if you will. And then the second one, if one of, well, we're going to see today, but if one of Rice or Zubimendi isn't there, the midfield ain't too fun, bro. I can't lie. The midfield ain't too fun. So if one of them, obviously Zubimendi is like, it's a one-off game, so it ain't that deep. But if like a Rice or Zubimendi is gone for like a month or so, yeah. That's it. I haven't got to finish the sentence. I think everyone knows where it goes from there. So let's just hope, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen, innit?
You said something lightly about Martinelli and the basketball matches and stuff. Not necessarily with Martinelli. Do you think we missed a trick not bringing in a left winger? Because this comment, big up yourself, T, said, DG, we still have a weakness on the left wing. Where are you at with that, Amenyah?
Yeah, that's what I would have liked. And obviously, we can't be greedy. We still did kind of go crazy in the window, but we
gotta be greedy, man.
No, but it's like, but I can't like, even the money we spent, I still don't know where that money came from, bro. I don't know where Berta found the piece from, but fair play to him, innit? I still believe an out and out left winger would have been ideal, like the cherry on top to kind of complete it, where I look at it and say, all right, cool. We haven't even got to think about January window. We've got a left winger there. Whoa! Keep that unpopular, man. Keep that unpopular.
What do you think of that unpopular opinion? Big up yourself, eh?
Did you guys not see that clip of him in training? He's back, guys. He's back.
And Endrick on loan with an obligation. Now, I don't, honestly, on the Endrick thing, my boy, I don't feel they're going to let him go permanently. He's probably going to do like the Odegaard at Real Madrid thing where he went on a couple of loans. They'll review the situation. Then he's starving for minutes. But I don't know, man. Like, obviously, I think the club are open to offers for Gabriel Jesus. They wouldn't be against letting him go. But logically speaking, and like yourself, I mean, I'm not working in football. I don't work for Arsenal. Am I wrong for thinking that, all right, if Gabriel Jesus was available, teams might think, raw, Jesus, why not? But when you break it down, 2 ACLs, he'll be still building up fitness. Surely it's a loan at best. And then even that, if we're not 100% bringing in an attacker or attackers, we're typically weaker there. Like, am I wrong for feeling like that? Because for me, I'm on keeping everyone until the summer.
I fully agree with you. Definitely January. Like, it's not happening. Like, no one's gonna think, all right, yeah, cool. Gabriel Jesus is coming back like what, maybe end of December. He's not going to, maybe if we're lucky. He's not going to just be like, oh yeah, you know what, boom, we're gonna get 10 M's, or basically the amount that we're gonna get for him, I don't think is worth not having him for the final 6 months.
Fact.
If that makes sense. So, because for example, like he could be the option on the left wing or on the right wing if Saka needs a rest, or again up front if Gyökeres or Havertz or whatever it is not firing too tough. So I definitely keep him for this season at the very least, unless I don't know, Al Nassr is coming with like 45 mil or something from Saudi. That's not gonna happen. So let me keep him.
Exactly like you said there. Unless you're getting a 30-40 million where you say, all right, big wages, injuries, 2 years left on his deal, it's a chance to shave it. And Karma, you're right, you know, and they apparently was told he's free to leave a couple of weeks back, but things can change. And obviously, it is in Gabriel Jesus' hands in the sense of what he wants to do with his future, but it also isn't. He's come out, and I guess it's not the right time to talk, but he's come out and done the fighting talk. He's like, Arsenal haven't told me anything. I'm contracted until 2027. I want to help the team. I think the biggest point Amenyah said there, which I second, is left wing. He can help us. That's actually my thing for him. And then obviously where you've got Saka here and there and Madueke, we're going to need Max Dowman and Jesus maybe to potentially fill in on the right-hand side. That's another side note as well, yeah. Like, what have you made of Saka in the last few weeks? Because for me, I still think he's chasing a bit of fitness and a bit of consistency. Against Fulham, he never got GA, but he looked all right. City looked all right. Against Burnley, it was so-so. But where are you at with Saks?
I think people are, as per usual on the internet, and they're going a bit overboard. Like, we're not going to lie and say he's balling out and whatnot. The numbers therefore ain't there. But at the same time, people that are saying like, oh yeah, he's cooked now, the injury is over. They're forgetting like 2 weeks ago, the very last Champions League game we played, he didn't bag, but he was man of the match for me, in my opinion. This guy had guys on toast. He was leaving them for dead, left foot, right foot. He was going crazy. So obviously, yeah, we need to improve on that finishing, because against Burnley, your mate Gyökeres should have definitely grabbed a couple assists should Saka have been finishing. But I'm comfy in the knowledge that we're getting the results whilst he's still getting up to speed. If it was costing us results, then it would be a question mark. But that guy has far too much credit in the bank for me to be like, oh, yeah, after 2 games, oh, do you know what? What's going on here, mate? So we can be honest and say that he's not up to the standards of, let's say, the beginning of last season when he was, putting up double digits goals and assists and whatnot. But it'll get there. It'll get there.
He's just come back from a hamstring knock as well. And we'll get onto the injuries more in depth, people. But he's just come back from an injury knock. And if there's one thing I'm not worried about, it's Bukayo Saka. Like, the man does it, innit? It's just when it's all fit and firing and it comes into place, bearing in mind it's November, we're clicking. I want to ask you something, yeah? If like, because it kind of like filters into a talking point. I want to ask you, yeah, like, if I asked you your 3 players of the season from Arsenal so far, who would you say?
Off the dome, Gabriel, Timber, and then the third will be a coin flip between Rice and Zubimendi. I'll probably edge it towards Rice, I would say.
Fair, no Calafiori.
He'll be up there, innit? I mean, we've won nearly every game, innit? We barely ever concede. So a lot of players are going to be in contention for that conversation. But I just think, I think Gabriel's number 1 for me, personally, at the moment. Like, the fact that we've got this ridiculous defensive record, plus, like, this guy's not even just getting goals now. He's getting assists, bro. What kind of Chico is that? He's getting GA. He got assist against Atleti, assist against Palace for the Eze goal, if I'm not mistaken. Assist again against Burnley. He's putting up GA numbers that strikers will be gassed to have. So he's number 1. I think Timber has been class every single game, my dog. Maybe there's like one off game that I'm forgetting, but Timber's been consistent. And this year, a lot of people obviously had questions previously about like, is Ben White better than him going forward and blah, 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 whatever. This year...
Big up Ben White, but no.
Big up Ben White. That's the guy as well. But this year, Timber has like made certain that, all right, boom, now even going forward, Timber's really offering something again with goals, with the runs into the box and whatnot. And then the reason why I say between Rice and Zubimendi, I think, well, last time I said Zubimendi, like the first couple games, I felt like he started very slowly compared to what he was doing from like game 4, 5, or whenever we last spoke. Whereas obviously Rice, I'd argue, has been that consistent one from day one up to now, and obviously he's delivering those missile corners. So I'll probably
Declan Beckham.
I'll probably just about let him get the third one.
But the only reason I ask you that is because you're not wrong. Shout out to the boys collectively as well. Not even just the people in the defensive ranks were doing well. But I asked you that because I wanted to ask you this, because I feel like you said there, you might say a Calafiori, a Magalhaes, a Timber, and maybe even people would say Raya. Then if you was at pushed, you might say, you know what, Zubimendi's been doing his thing. Rice, definitely, especially the last 3-4 games, really doing his thing on everything you said. But we're not saying Saka, we're not saying Madueke, we're not saying Gyökeres, we're not saying Odegaard or Eze and things like that. Is that a concern for you that we're not saying it about our attackers? And also, why do you think we're not doing that with them lot?
It's tough. I mean, people can argue about the contribution of Odegaard like last season and whatnot. And again, I think he'll be the first one to be like, yeah, it wasn't really my best season. But this season he came back and he looked very sharp. It's unfortunate that every time he would start looking sharp, he would go off
Back to
injured
square
in the
one.
first half. So it's difficult when Odegaard is someone that, aside from obviously being very silky on the ball and delivering the final passes to, you know, Saka or whoever's going to play up front, Gyökeres, whoever it may be, he's also the guy that is like leading that press immediately. Every time, you know, you're going to see Odegaard waving his arm, telling everyone, yeah, come, go, yeah, go. You just see him, yeah. When you don't have that, you're kind of starting the entire system from square one, if you will, because
you're having to tweak it. And Eze's still learning that.
We know Eze is a baller. We all back Eze. We know Eze will definitely be cold, but it's completely new, this system, compared to, let's say, playing a bit off the left, where he is the main man at Palace. Everything must go through you, and you are tasked with the
dynamics are changed,
the end product as well. So I think Saka and Gyökeres as well, to be fair, as much as, you know, he's going to be scoring goals and whatnot, it's something different. Not that it's good or it's bad. It's just something completely different to last year, where, you know, every game is probably going to be Havertz up top because Jesus was out for so long. So you cannot just look at Liverpool, for example. Yeah, even if they're like superstars, you cannot just boom immediately come in and within a month or two, like, everything has clicked. So I get what you're saying. Obviously, all the defenders have been better, but at least it's a platform to know that every game at minimum, we're going to keep the clean sheet. You man just get at least one goal and then we won the game. That's it. As long as you man just get me one goal, cool. So over time,
you get me the 3 points, yeah.
When they develop the connections between them, we haven't even had like a starting left winger really, right? Because Champions League, Martinelli plays, and then Trossard plays in the league, and then one gets injured, and then Marino will go up front, and it's just so many different things happening that it does take time to adapt. And I'd rather that one take time to adapt than the defense looking shaky when they've been here for however many years now. We expect them to be doing a job for us.
That's why I said it, because you summed it up perfectly, and that was the main point in that. I think the thing is players. I think the main thing for me is players ain't been available in it. Like, it messes your rhythm up. Like you said with Odegaard, not saying he was playing amazing and that, but like even against Newcastle, he showed us the Odegaard of old, and then what was it, Olympiacos? Now he's injured again. Eze's still learning and getting up to grips individually and collectively. Gyökeres is adapting to the league and all those dynamics. You know, Rice and Zubamendi are connecting as a partnership, and then obviously you can see how that all filters in. So for me, it's just a clicking thing. Now I don't know where you look at it, but I see that as a positive, because in the same way you've kind of alluded to it, we're keeping clean sheets, whether it's Declan Rice, Magalhaes, or a Calafiori like Man United away, or Trossard in whatever game. Whoever wants to put the ball in the back of it, that's your business. At some point, it's going to click individually and collectively. You are going to see a purple patch for Saka. Well, not a purple patch because he's great, but real good run of form. Gyökeres, real good run of form. Martinelli and Trossard, who are probably two of our best attackers at the moment, really go through form. But I just think everybody needs to be fit for that naturally. Like what you said, Havertz was playing week in, week out. You've played football. You understand that. You know, if you've played with, the more games you play with someone, the more you understand, I can't give this teammate that pass because he's going to F it up. I might be able to play a difficult pass with this one. I might be able to pop it around the corner. And my brethren's got the common sense to know to make that run, or he might not have it. So I do think all of those things will come into place. Where do you stand on this entertainment thing? Not the set pieces, because last time I asked you about set pieces and stuff like that, but this entertainment thing, because for me, I'm not going to sit here and say Arsenal are the most entertaining team in the world. I don't really care about no one's entertainment, because when we wasn't winning, no one had an issue. But I don't, equally, Amenyah, I don't feel we're that terrible on the ball, you know, like there's building blocks, but you give us space, we'll cut you open. You saw the run of play against Burnley. You saw it with Martinelli's goal against City. You've seen it on a couple of occasions. I've seen enough to say, do you know what? It's definitely, because me and you spoke at the start of the season, I was quite critical on that. I think from Newcastle to this point, we're kind of cool. So I'm cool with it. But where do you stand on the entertainment thing? Not even from like, well, you could answer in terms of how we're being spoken about with the narrative, but I'm more thinking of like you as an Arsenal fan. Like, where do you stand on that?
I think, the external one, obviously, pick up your own video on TalkSport. I think you basically summed up everyone there. Like, that's what everyone thinks. Realistically, I don't care if some random Chelsea fan finds it interesting or not, bro. There's Champions League nights where we're playing. Today's different because it's the early game, so fair enough. But there's other nights where like PSG are playing, Bayern are playing, whatever. You chose to watch Arsenal, and then you're now complaining, oh, why did I watch Arsenal? Bro, no one is forcing you to be there. From my own personal perspective as well, you give me a 1-0 bad corner goal every game for the rest of the season, I don't care, bro. At this point,
I want that now, man, just because it makes people lose their marbles.
Bro, Burnley, I started laughing, and I saw many Arsenal fans saying the same thing. That first goal, I say, yeah, course, man. GG's like love for that corner goal, bros.
I think even when I'm on TalkSport, yeah, I don't know if they cut it, but like when we got the corner, I'm like set piece again,
Yeah.
ole, ole. Like it's lit.
I want brothers in the Emirates here when there is a corner to celebrate like genuinely the whole stadium as if it's a goal already. I even want the announcer taking the corner, number 41, Declan, right? He hasn't even taken it yet. That's what I want. I don't care about like how it looks. Obviously, granted, we're saying that now because we're winning nearly every week and whatnot. But when I haven't seen, the Premier League for so long and the Champions League, I've never seen it. I don't care how I go and get that because I've said it time ago as well, right? This isn't going to sound like I'm salty, but genuinely, I believe Chelsea, one of the worst teams to ever win the Champions League. But why should they care? I want to be the worst team to ever win the Champions League. I want, when everyone's like, when like Liverpool fans right now, they're saying like, oh yeah, you're going to win it and it's the worst league ever. Oh, no one's going to remember. I will remember. I don't care.
Who cares if you don't remember it? You don't care if you remember it when you won it.
Yeah. They can say, oh, it's the worst team. Okay, good. Now what? Where does the conversation go from here? If you tell me this is the most boring team, okay, no problem. Obviously, I enjoy watching, let's say 08 Arsenal, for example. Yeah, you have like Eduardo, you have Samir Nasri coming in, and then Arshavin comes at 09. Yeah, I like obviously that's more entertaining, but I'll be honest, word to Jose Mourinho, man. Boring is when you lose every single trophy for the last however many years, bro. That's what I find boring. The entertainment for me is in the end to win. And then I'll be honest, okay, put it this way. You let me get a couple trophies now, and then we can worry about being entertaining next year. Exactly, then we can work on that one. Let me get the trophy out the way, man.
And you know what jars me, Amenyah, as well, is people are disingenuous. Like when they compare us to Stoke, I don't care because Stoke were a good defensive side, quote unquote. So if we're being mentioned, like you said, with Jose or Stoke, obviously, that's actually a positive, really, away from the banter and whatnot. But you watch us play, you look at the possession stats, the amount of touches in the up box, how we're actually winning these corners. And granted, it's not highlights worthy, but there's little flashes of really intricate play from us. You're being disingenuous if you're telling me that it's Stoke. Now, I don't care. Like you said, I don't care about your entertainment because you could say them Chelsea sides were not necessarily entertaining. City, it's a bit different under Pep, but people used to say that's robotic. It's always going to be swings and roundabouts and goalposts are always going to move, innit? And you made a good point there when you mentioned, like if Arsenal win it, the standard of the league and stuff. They said that about Liverpool. They said that when we was challenging for titles. I don't really care about that. The only thing I think all us Arsenal fans care about is finally going one extra mile, etching our name in history and doing this in Islington in May 2026. We'll leave the debates to the experts, innit? It is what it is. I got to ask you then, like, it is November. There is many twists and turns to come. Is it too early? Are we going to do it? Where you at, man? Because allegedly, I don't look at the league table, my boy. This could be AI, but if I bring this on screen, but it looks all right. 10 games played. 25 games, 25 points, apologies.
You open a new tab and let's start searching for what we're going to wear at the parade, man. Start sorting out your fit, bro. I'll be honest. I can't lie to you. You know what it is? You see me, I'm always like, I just keep it on a calm thing, innit? Like the last couple years, when you're in a tight race with City, you can never really get too ahead of yourself, innit? So I've never really thought, all right, boom, that's the one.
Well, you wouldn't like Liverpool.
Me personally, yeah.
Expand on that as well, man. Don't forget your previous point.
I will.
Point behind City.
No, big up to them. I'll get to that in a second. But this is the first time where last week I thought, you know what? Yeah, I can't lie. It might be done. Like, obviously, the title race is not done. But I'm saying it might be the first time where I can confidently think, you know what? Like, I can already envision Declan Rice posting his IG stories. I can see it already. Like, it's there. And I'll explain to you why. City... For me, City has been the biggest scare for the last however many, 3-4 years, whatever you want to call it. Because they're a team that when they are 6 points behind, 8 points behind, they can eat the ground up within 3 weeks and it's gone. That's it. That lead you had has vanished. Liverpool, to me, they're more of a team where if they start out ahead and they're going to win the league, it's going to be because they had that gap at the top and eventually they start putting the foot on the gas and blowing away further and further. I've never really seen Liverpool. I could be mistaken in it, but definitely not in the Premier League era. They haven't really like come from behind 7, 8, 9 points to come and now gazump someone to the top. So Liverpool's thing, as much as I had them as favourites to start this season, I did not anticipate them taking this long again to gel at least one of their new signings beyond Ekitike, who they got, quite early. Like Verts has been way worse than I expected. Isaac, granted injuries and whatnot, but I think the fall off of Salah as well, and him going to AFCON in a month's time, I just think you're leaving yourself a bit too much to do, given that they've got to come to our ground as well whenever. I don't know if it's February, March, April, but second half of the season.
I think it's January,
right?
Are you talking about Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
I think it's January,
Fairs. Whenever it is, normally, I expect that they're not going to beat us at our ground. Whereas Man City, they are the team that, because of Erling Haaland, you can never really write them off, innit? And
8th of Jan.
Fair enough. So a couple months. Erling Haaland, you can never really write them off. And I don't want to be like, maybe it's going to be the opposite of what I was saying when I was gassing it. But if we're talking about being the negative side, you can slightly put it as 3 points if they're to beat us at the Etihad, right? But aside from that, I think they lack in that depth department compared to what we have this season, where previous years, if a certain centre-back is gone, we're bringing like Rob Holding and that. Big respect to Rob Holding, but this levels are a bit different. Even right. Kiwi, thanks for the nice passing, but you're not Mosquera, you're not Hincapié, you're not any of these guys.
You see why I like having Amenyah on this platform? Because you see, everything I said about Kiwi, like he's cool, not bad minding him. Shout for Real Madrid, like you said, shout for passing, but levels, we need deep.
You know what it is? Yeah, like my main thing for me personally, and why I'll always like give Gyökeres the time to eventually get there, is because me, striker and centre back, with the greatest of respect here, I always say I can't have losers. Now, granted, these men are millionaires, so they're not losers, but centre backs, if you're like a timid guy, like you're a bit shy, you're not my centre back, bro. You're not my centre back. You ain't that. And likewise, striker, I want someone who, even if they aren't banging, right? Like people have been asking questions about Gyökeres and whatever, and valid questions, by the way. But he still thinks he's the guy regardless. He knows, no problem. But when I bag, what are you going to do about it? I'm going to come and do this. And what are you going to say? So that's what I want from the players there. So I think depth-wise, we can manage these things, bar the midfield that I mentioned. But of course, yeah, City, if they've unlocked this Shirky and Haaland thing, it could get a bit long. It could get a bit long. But I'm just hoping that, again, we will drop points eventually, naturally, but I'm hoping that they also do. And I think this weekend could be massive, to be fair. If we get a draw in that game and we somehow beat Sunderland away, then I'll tell you, let's start buying the fits from now even. Let's start buying the fits from now. If they draw and we beat Sunderland, hey.
So what are you saying for the points gap?
So that would be what? So City would be 20, we'd be
where we are now, then obviously if that all fell into place, where we'd be as well.
That would be 8 points ahead of City, I'll be honest. You will see me saying it's done. If they draw,
you don't think we've been burnt before like this?
We have been burnt before, but me personally, when we were burnt, so the one in particular everyone talks about, like the bottling or whatever, I never really felt that way. And maybe I was on a pod like here at one point. I don't know if we had recorded them times, but I always vividly remember speaking anyway on my streams that the gap was a bit of a false image, because there was like an 8-point gap, right? But City had a game in hand. So they always had that one game in hand on us, first and foremost. And then we also had to go to the Etihad. And I believe it was St. James's Park, either right before or afterwards. So in my eyes, it's 5 points. And then going to the Etihad, at that time, we hadn't even beat them or even got a draw with them days. In my head, that's already 2 points.
2 points now. Then,
and then we're going to St. James. So I never really felt comfortable, Whereas now, I feel like we can go to these grounds and at the very worst, grab a draw. They don't make up any ground on us and then we move forward. That's why I say it's a little bit different. I feel like we have the tools to go through games and just firm a little 1-0 or a 2-0. Like we're
definitely inevitable and way more mature than we have ever had been. Like it does feel like everything. I don't know, man, because I don't really. It's not that I don't want to praise us defensively because we're good in it, but like the defending, the game management, the maturity. I just said the inevitability. There's been those aspects. It just feels like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's just finally all reached where it needs to reach. If that makes sense.
It's experience, though, isn't it? The first time you do it, you're gonna be like obviously even the fans, everyone was excited. Probably that was the best year of the Emirates that we've had since arguably since it's opened, it was the most
Not how
vocal
it
that
ended,
it's
but
been.
yeah, and then the year after.
Yeah, no, I mean,
lost
just
their
general
team.
like the atmosphere in the stadium that season, because it's like,
True.
again, you've changed our broke our life. Everyone's like buzzing every game. They're like, whoa, like I can't believe this. Whereas now, the only thing that I don't like maybe is the Arsenal fans at the stadiums. Anytime, obviously, I'm fortunate that I get to go to quite a few, but when I don't and I'm watching it on TV, I'm like, brother, like you see United, they've been stinking it up, but they'll still sing that stupid Ruben Amorim song at the top of their lungs every game, bro. Our thing, we go there and it's like, if it's not 1-0 within 15, 20 minutes, then they're just sitting there back there, they're relaxing. That's the one thing. If the players big up your thing, the fans, stop leaving at minute 75 as well. That's my other. Stop leaving. I don't care if you got a train to catch, don't come. Let someone else go to the game that will stay for 90 minutes and support the team, please. Thank you very much. End of rant.
Do you think we can win the quadruple or multiple honors? Because some of our fans see us winning everything. Some are not just dreaming about Prem; they're dreaming about the Prem and the champs. Yeah,
wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? What did Arteta say? He has crazy dreams or something. I think he said.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against it. I mean, is it realistic? No. To be fair, like I don't think a team just doesn't win trophies for years and then. Oh, sorry. Let me clarify. We've won the International Supercopa de Anglais. To be fair, a couple times. We've won that one. But aside from that, we don't really win trophies like that. So four's a bit much. Yeah, 4's a bit much, but a cheeky big 2. Woo.
Premier League and FA Cup double. I see no reason why not.
Switch out the FA. Let's go a bit bigger, man. Put the ears a bit bigger on that one. Put the ears a little bit bigger on that one.
Listen, me and you have spoken a lot, yeah. You know how I feel. I want the champs above everything. If somebody, bearing in mind where Arsenal are at right now, yeah. If somebody was to say to me, 100%, you're winning the Champions League. However the Premier League plays out, it plays out. If we win, great. If we don't, question marks. I'm taking that champs, bro. No one could talk to me. I do. It sounds dumb to say, Amenyah, yeah, but away from like us as fans and whatnot, I feel like the club, so specifically Mikel Arteta and the players, away from if you grew up wanting to win the Champions League and, you know, the Champions League is only bettered by the World Cup, I think they more need the Premier League because, like you've been referring to, like we've had the last 3 years, 4 including this year, when we don't know how it's going to pan out, where there's been positives, there's been negatives. Ultimately, we've been in a fight, we've not got over the line, and I feel this year is more about defeating ourselves. So I think that would make more sense for them. But the champs is the one I want. The thing with the champs though is I see us getting to the semi-finals. Beyond that, it's are your players fit? Are the Sakas and Maduekes? And not even that. Well, the Sakas, the Yokerezes, are they in a real good moment of form? Are we still great defensively? Do we have fitness? You know, how is Mikel Arteta going to navigate against certain managers? I think it just comes down to that kind of stuff when you get to the semis. And I don't know. I think we can compete, but then you've got PSG, you've got this one, you've got that one. FA Cup's our trophy, bring it home. Where are you at with the League Cup as well? Side note, because it's always a bit weird speaking to Arsenal fans. Obviously, every Arsenal fan wants to win every trophy. You're in it to win it, all that kind of stuff. But some Arsenal fans I speak to, they're on just throwing it. We got more things to consider. Others say, do you know what? We want to compete with everything. It's more games. It's a chance to go to Wembley, win a trophy, give a bit of a boost. Where are you at with the League Cup, which we obviously got Crystal Palace now, your other club, and whatnot?
And Charlton and all the rest of them as well. No, with the League Cup, you know what it is? I actually would have gone a bit stronger in the Brighton game. I was surprised that we went like that heavily rotated. But in hindsight, looking back, it was basically like the perfect scenario where basically everyone bar Eze rests, yet you still win the game in the end comfortably with a clean sheet. Although we know Brighton first off, they tried and whatnot. So if you can go,
their chances.
If you can go again to, obviously we play Palace, was it 23rd of December now, or whatever, with like a little 2-day gap. Naturally, we don't know what the league's going to look like at that point, but you'd imagine it's not going to be the full strength team. But again, I'd like to win. I'm not saying chuck, you know, Harry Mananus and these guys in that game. If we have Havertz available at that time, if we have other dudes available, I'd like to see like a strong, basically a team that probably we're going to play maybe today against Slavia Prague. Like it's not your out and out best 11, but a couple bits of rotation because listen, I don't respect the competition. However, you win that in February. I just don't respect that. Like, it's just, to me, it's a silly tournament. I'll be honest with you, but we haven't won it. So, bro, let's be honest. No, if I tell you now we win the Carabao Cup and that's it for the season, you're not going to be happy with that. It's a trophy, but it's like
it's a trophy. We always want a bit more, but it's a league.
No. It's a trophy that goes alongside other things. You cannot just win the Carabao and then say, yeah, that was
In many ways, it's harder to win that than the Champions League.
Would you tell me with a straight face, look me in the virtual eye and tell me that's a successful season? You win the Carabao Cup and then we don't win anything else.
It is a successful season.
No, it's not, man. It's not.
How's it not?
Don't be a United fan, man. Don't do it, bro. We're beyond this now. We still want.
No, but what did they say about my football club? Our football club, there, yeah, because you are an Arsenal fan. What did they say about our football club in May when it was the year of the underdogs domestically and internationally, and everyone was winning trophies?
Of course,
a trophy, the trophy. There's some Arsenal fans that say I'd rather win the League Cup than get top 4.
No, big up to them. I'm saying I still want to win it, but I'm just saying that I would not be satisfied if that was it. Do you get my point?
Me and you in our lives haven't seen us win this.
Facts, but
trophies are not guaranteed for footballers.
I'm not losing sleep over that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to win it. I'm not saying throw it or anything. I'm saying I do want to win that tournament. It's just, it's not going to be like, okay, you know what? Phew, now we can, all the good players are going to stay. We're going to keep them. That's it. It's over. I want to win it. And it's a massive boost to say, all right, boom, you know what? You've got the trophy now in the bag in February. No one can do the Warrior Trophy. You've now got 3 months to step on everyone's necks and just say, all right, boom, this is who we are now. Let's go and win the Premier League. So we'll see. To answer your initial question before you move to Carabao as well, the Premier League, I would say winning that is essentially for the players better than, I guess, for us, because that is the way you decide who the best team in the league is. That's the
monkey they've had on the back as well, man. Like
the best team in England wins the Premier League. The best team does not always win the Champions League. So obviously for them, it's better. And I can't lie to you as well. Considering your offer and whatnot, yeah. Could you imagine going into the Champions League final, given like your storyline or whatever, we go to the Champions League final at the end of May, knowing that we haven't won anything yet? I can't lie, I'll still be too nervous, man. Everything riding on that one day, given that we came second. Nah.
The footballing gods, the stars have to be aligned, man. It's hard. Look at the run, and even the two like emotes that are not I said W's are not ticks. We shot ourselves in the foot. Gaffer, I have to be honest. I think we was a bit cowardly in the first half against City. I think we was a bit too conservative against Liverpool, even though it was a wonderful free kick and whatnot. Other than that, just patterning. So everything you're doing since then, Arteta for me has found balance with. When teams open up, we do break quickly. We've putting players in the right positions with his man management, even down to the subs. Because I think he's been obviously there's an element of players are probably not fit and they're still playing, but I think we've taken 0% risk. And I'd extend that to the players because one thing that's always peed me off, and I've said this before, I get annoyed, and it's easy to say these men care now because we're winning and we're doing everything that we need to do. But I've always questioned marks here when people say players don't care. Of course, there's been moments where I think there's no pride in shirts, not even at our club, elsewhere, but they do care. Ben White, the best example. He was here when he's been here since we were shit kind of thing, and he would always put his body on the line. So when I see that, I think we're just patterning how we need to. League Cup, I want to win it mainly because of what you said beyond the obvious. It gives us a boost. And if we don't win silver, I don't want to be that guy, yeah, but if we don't win silverware, yeah, where do we go from here? I'm not even asking about sacking the gaffer and all of that stuff, but blood, from what we've been talking about in the first half an hour, like if this don't end in silverware of any sort.
Long. What is there keeping clean sheet every week for nothing, bro? It's just what was the point of that?
But I think someone's done voodoo at that point. We're just not meant to win silverware. We have to go again, but we're probably just not meant to. Yeah,
who do you reckon done it? We got. It must be someone that dipped in it. Probably like I don't know. Maybe Samir Nasri went and chat to someone when he went to go do his drip doctor thing. I don't know. Some Adebayo maybe as bank judge as well.
To be fair, probably was Adebayo.
Might have been Adebayo. Yeah, someone done it, bro. I don't know who done it, but someone done it. So I'll discover. I'll find out. I'll investigate.
What do you make of this as well? Big up Rob, yeah. He asked you this question. Amenyah, how did you come to love Arsenal and support the Arsenal? What's your story?
Story is very simple. My dad came from Ghana in the 90s. First person he saw everywhere on the billboards, Ian Wright. Sure. And Ian Wright, okay, black guy, cool. I'm going to back it. I support Arsenal. And then obviously I come true. First games I remember, I guess slightly fortunate, but like 03, 04 times, that's when, okay, now I'm watching the sport and I'm understanding.
Good wave like myself, man.
Yeah. And the first game we lost, actually, Highbury, 2005. We lost 2-0 to Chelsea. I think it was Robin and I forget the other scorer. Maybe like Joe Cole or Lampard or so. I can't remember who the second scorer was. But first game was an L.
My debut, we won where we beat Leeds.
Fair enough. Our team, we didn't win, bro. I didn't win for a while, man. But yeah, that is a very short story. But naturally, to be fair, my dad's not even like a proper like Arsenal banger whatsoever. It was like he, I guess, introduced it. He would watch every now and then, but then
you got the drug.
I became a neek, bro. You know what I mean? Everything Arsenal 24/7, Arsenal. Even now, he don't really watch unless I'm watching and it's on the TV or whatever. He don't really care too much about like watching the games and that. He just keeps up to date with where we are in the table and whatnot, innit? So
tell him make sure he's free in May, man. Arsenal fans, young
I told him
old,
already, man. I literally told him yesterday, like book annual leave, book whatever you need to book, man.
There's things we need, man. Everyone needs to be out there, man. This is going to be bigger than Carnival. And if you don't support Arsenal when you're listening, I feel sorry for you. You're more than welcome to switch.
Oh, you're invited as well, man. You're invited as well. Pull up, man.
You're invited, man. You're invited.
Don't wear your other club kit or whatever, but just pull up, man. It's calm.
I wouldn't do that. But yeah, what position do you think needs to be addressed in January? Mine, left wing, if possible.
Yeah,
but January's techie, as you know yourself.
Yeah, the issue is I don't even know how much we have left over as well. Like, where's the coming from again? You know, like
Semenyo dreams.
So for example, Semenyo, obviously, we know it's always nice having someone that like loves the club, that proper wants to go as well. A bit like Eze. But the issue is, I mean, where's the bread coming from for that? I don't really know. So it's more like, where can you get a backup? And I think a backup is more.
You're gonna have to pay a bit more as well. January tax.
Yeah, a backup loan type guy is more realistic in the midfield if we're struggling to keep, you know, Zubimendi and Rice playing like week in, week out. We might just grab like a random brother I don't even know who. I haven't got names on top of my mind
Scout
right now.
job.
But yeah, I mean, it's a random brother that's like 28, 29. Just tell him, yo, you know what? You want a free Premier League title? Come true, man. So
when I said free Premier League title.
No, but can you imagine, like, if Arsenal come looking for you in January, you're thinking, hey, I wouldn't mind a cheeky little Premier League title. You know what I mean? So
it's tech, as you know, January's techie because, like, obviously, I've seen my team, like, well, us as fans, we've seen evidently we've been dying for players and we've not moved in January, whether it's this January or the year we bottled top four to Spurs. And I know there's injuries and they might force your hand and stuff, but we've had during the Emirates era, we've got more depth than we can count, more depth than we've ever had. Yeah. And then obviously you spent a lot in the summer. You don't buy people in. Nobody wants to buy people in January anyways. Obviously, there's caveats. There might be players available. You know, like you said, there might be a young player or a lesser known profile that we're available to do. I don't necessarily think they're going to leave, but speculation over Martinelli, Trossard, and Gabriel Jesus, as we discussed earlier, is still going to be there. So I can't see it. I'd love a Semenyo. It's a big ticket item. You're going to have to pay Bournemouth for an inconvenience fee. And Arsenal have shown you whether they spend big money on Declan Rice or Eze or any others or Gyökeres, just because they like a player and prepared to put money down, don't mean they're prepared to overpay, rightly or wrongly, which is going to have to happen with Semenyo. I'm exaggerating, but you might be able to get, I don't know, Semenyo for 60 million in the summer. You might have to pay 75 in January. That's obviously going to affect what you're going to do in the summer. So, yeah, I'm not holding my breath. If you could bring me a left winger, if you could bring me a backup striker, hopefully Harriman and Noose does his thing. I wouldn't be against it. My hot take is I think there's scope for another 8 and a 6, more on the 8, because I want Rice doing his 8 thing and a more traditional 8. And I just feel there's scope for a 6, but I'm not going to hold my breath, man. I think we've
that's what I said. That's what I said midfielder. And also, like, I think it's very important to note that we obviously November, we are in winter time. However, there's still like 10 games or so to go before the window. So much could change in that time where if, let's say, we spoke at the start about like the defense cooking and then the attack has maybe not really been firing yet. If that's still the case in January, then it's like, okay, we definitely need to freshen this up.
I need to do something, yeah.
Whereas if it clicks and now, boom, the gap is like 8 points or more to, let's say, a City or a Liverpool or both of them, ideally, again, different story. Now it's like, okay, now just consolidate maybe a weaker position, like we said, with an 8 or a 6. The front line, if they're firing, cool, keep doing your thing. You got Jesus back, Havertz back, everyone on their way. You're going to have that depth now. Madueke back as well. Sorry if I forgot.
Assuming nobody gets injured when these guys come back.
Yeah, that's the issue. It never ends, man. It never ends. But yeah, let's see where we are at in however many 8 games time or something, because priorities change very quickly in football.
When we get in watch-alongs, says K.
You know what it is? It's because I promised these, man, yeah, if I hit 50k subs, I'll do watch-alongs. And I didn't really
did hit 50k.
Yeah, but I didn't realize it was going to be appreciated. I didn't think it would be that quick. So I haven't patterned, like, you know what it is? I would do it, but like I don't have a TV in my room, so I'd be using like very legal streams, if you know what I mean. And I don't like doing watch-alongs like that because I'm like a minute behind, and I'm seeing, man, oh, go, but don't ruin it for me, man. So I will have to figure
You're
out.
moving like Ivan Gazidis, man. You're promising the people things and
No,
not
I
delivering.
will. I just didn't expect it to be that quick. I was gonna plan like the whole TV and blah blah blah, like international break and that. So maybe
People were hearing sub stories. No one don't care. If you think people care when
I'll
Arteta
give
said,
it. I'll probably try it for like City Liverpool, maybe.
we don't
I'll
want
use
to hear
Liverpool
that,
Now
man. People
TV.
don't care if Arteta's cars broke down, this happened, the boiler's not
They
working.
happen,
Like,
man. They
brother,
happen.
are you getting 3 points? Are you winning stuff? We want results, not excuses.
We'll
Where's
see.
the process and the standards?
We'll see.
See, even that, put the chat 2 minutes behind. See, big up Ryan, big up the members and mods and subscribers, man. They're helping you, man.
But when I stream though, I like being interactive. I don't want someone to ask a question, then like a minute later I'm reading it, but I don't care anymore, bro. Like the joy for that question is gone, bro. I like to immediate bam. Let's talk. But I'll try.
I gotta ask you, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arteta seems quite scared about Gyökeres. There's even rumors that he's targeting him and Martinelli are targeting returns in the North London derby, which obviously means they're missing out. Well, heavy on Gyökeres, they're missing on Sunday. I mean, they're missing on Saturday against Sunderland. How you feeling about Gyökeres' injury? Is it concerning? Because the injuries in the attack are starting to mount up, my boy.
It's given that Jesus isn't.
I'm getting nervous, bro.
It's gonna have to be a Mikel Merino thing for a couple of weeks, and unless we can elicit the same Merino we get from Spain, obviously it's a bit of a cause for concern because this, I was saying, was probably his best game, Gyökeres, against Burnley, although he only played half of it. That was, for me, his best performance so far.
Oh, you reckon?
I do. Even without the goal, I do. I think that was the best he's played. Or you think it was a different game?
When are you talking in general?
Like for this season, for Gyökeres.
Oh, for Gyökeres.
Yeah,
I thought you talking about Merino. I thought you said Merino.
No.
I mean, what is this about, fella?
No, I'm saying Gyökeres, like, it's unfortunate that he had, in my opinion, his best game for us so far, and then gets the injury. Like,
I'll give it Newcastle, but he did score in the Burnley one.
No, the issue with the Newcastle one, there were still too many times where, like, I think someone will play a long ball and he would kind of just like throw himself to the floor rather than.
I hear it, but Burnley
he done decent though. He done decent.
Burnley tax though, man. Like Newcastle, it's for me. It's more the context. Is like you man have seen previous years how we behave at Newcastle, where everybody's seen like the Joe Linton flag kicking. Like I do agree in that he was throwing himself to the ground. He had some half chances that he snatched at. But I would say for me at the time, because I still think that was, if there was a turning point of the season, I think it's that game at this moment in time. And that was the game that was like the first kind of bogey team we needed to go and bruck up, in my opinion.
So I hear you, but I think as a performance individually, this was a better performance from him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hear it because of that ball for my man Trossard. Fuck,
And for Saka as well. The one where he tests it and then like he flicks it in behind. Like that's not something that he was really
not to mention
doing.
Him getting a goal and that. And I think that's his first goal away from home as well for our football club.
Yeah. So
he's now obviously injured.
It's tough. Hopefully it's not something very long because obviously everyone wants him to be doing the mask thing 20, 25 times a season. So
that was the first time he done the mask here where I actually felt he was genuinely happy to do it, because a couple of times he's bagged. You kind of have to force him to do it because I think he's too hungry about scoring. I don't think he likes scoring the meat. I don't think strikers care, but I don't think he cares about the meaty things, man. There's a monster
I think the second time he bagged against Atleti, I think he meant that one as well. Because the first one, it was like, okay, yeah, fairs. You know what? It bounced off this, it bounced off that. Fair enough. You got me. But the second one, when it was like definitely his goal, he definitely ran off doing that, and he was smart. You could tell he was gassed.
There's more to come from Gyökeres, man. But it sucks because it's like Madueke, innit? You're putting together a little run of form. You're getting a bit of confidence. Where we're starting to, I wouldn't actually say you're in like a mad purple patch, but it's starting to move like we're getting in that realm. Injury strike. It is what it is. But then, like who goes up front, bro? Because you got Marino, you got Harry Menounos. Some would even start him today. Obviously, Martinelli's a factor, but he could come back at some other date. You got Trossard. I don't think this is going to happen, but I remember Mikel Arteta saying Wanyeri can play up front.
Yeah.
Like, what's your 11 for today? Where'd you go with up front? Like,
11 for today. Oh, okay, good.
Remember, Rice is on the yellow as well, and there's no Zubi.
Yeah. But I can't lie. Without Zubi, the issue is they had to both get a yellow or just anyway. So Raya in goal, I would say
naturally.
I would still probably go Timber right back. Like I do also want to get this win. I'll be honest. Timber, I haven't thought about this though. So Timber right back, maybe Mosquera, Gabriel, Skelly, left back. I think get Skelly some minutes. Midfield, Rice has to be there because without Zubimendi at this point, like we're running up midfield, we have to go.
Don't get booked Rice. We need you for Bayern.
Yeah. So I'll go Rice, Eze. It might have to be a Norgard thing, bro. It might have to be a Norgard thing. It might have to be Norgard, Rice.
No, Wanyeri. Wanyeri has a Rice chaperoning.
Yeah, the thing is,
that was my initial thought. Will start for as well.
That was my initial thought, but I think away from home, I don't know if they're gonna go with two like attacking eights like that against Slavia.
They ain't lost at home at their place as well. Like Slavia in a decent run of form.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I think if you ask me what I think will happen, this is what I will prefer. Yeah, ideally play Rice 45 and then get the job done and then boom, off you pop. So let me say for now, Norgard, Rice, Eze, but I don't mind Nwaneri swapping out for Norgard and obviously playing the attacking eights. And then up front, we have Saka on the right. And we don't really have a choice on the left, innit? Trossard kind of has to play on the left. And then Mikel Merino up front. He could have been option midfield, but for me personally, it's just, like I've said, I don't like watching that. So I'd rather Merino be up front where in the box, he's just some clinical goal machine.
And it's mad because he's actually better in midfield when he starts up front. It sounds mad.
It's confusing. Because then I see him do that little back heel assist against Brighton. I'm like, brother, like, are you cold or not? Like, make up your mind, bro. Are you cold or you're not? Like, what's going on?
If there's a player that doesn't make no sense at Arsenal, it's him. You know, like. Good player to have in the squad. It's techie though, because even if that lineup happens, like you said, yeah, I do think you're going to see Merino have to go back into midfield in the game, and Nels might get some minutes. It's techie, man. Like it's tech. It's so techie.
Hard for me to judge Harry Manus because, like, obviously, big up him as well in it, like making his debut last week.
Last Tuesday.
Yeah, big up him, but like it wasn't something where I'm like, oh yeah, boom, he's definitely going to be like the striker that's going to be a backup. You know what I mean? We didn't really get to see that much of him. Obviously, it's his debut. He wasn't heavily involved. We had a nice little chance.
But ain't today doing a job thing?
No, but my point is, I didn't see enough to know that he can do a job. Is what I'm saying.
You're being harsh on it.
No, it's not. No, you're not getting my point. I'm not saying.
I am, but like, I actually think he had a decent. I actually was pleasantly surprised. Like, I don't think he done like, oh, right, we've got our very. I know they run jokes on social media, but we've got our very own Marcus Rashford. I think naturally, you know, he's going to struggle physically. I think he coped quite well. He was in the mix. He pressed. He fought. He pulled out to the channels. Still a lot to go in the build-up.
Would you want him starting today? You reckon?
I think there's a big chance. I'm leaning towards Merino, but the only reason I'm screaming and announcing through the middle is because I look around. Who the hell is playing in midfield? He might have to get Merino and Norgard, and then obviously you've got Rice. I actually think he might go announce through the middle, Merino in the 10. Wanyeri's going to hold bench, and he's going to go Norgard and Rice. It's techie because my first thing is Merino up top. So my 11 would be obviously Raya picks himself.
So this is your ideal one, yeah, not Arteta's. This is yours.
Can you say ideal with the contexts and how we're having to pick this 11?
You're the gaffer today. What team are you picking? That's the question.
Well, first thing I would say, there's starters and finishers, and you know they've all got unique qualities. You said I'm at the gaffer. I thought let me run 1, 2, 3 PR in it.
Man. We're not just give your opinion, bro.
Look at this guy.
It's your channel.
The guy who is friends with Roberto Carlos is doing that. And I'm a fullback. He couldn't even FaceTime me, people, and say, "Oh, I got my brethren's Brazilian." And that. You see, that man get lit and forget everyone. I couldn't even get a ticket.
Stuff signed in that, man. I would have gotten stuff signed. No problem.
But no, yeah. I mean, you said I'm the gaffer, right? Raya, non-story, obviously. I would give Saliba today off. I would give Saliba the day off because you know what? It's funny because after the Bournemouth game, we're talking about other stuff. That was the one that everyone was kind of nervous about going in. Burnley, going into Burnley with Saliba. I'd rest Saliba.
I think the backline we're comfy with everyone kind of, but I think Timber probably has to play. But anyone else, you can hear them getting a little rest. And Gabriel is more for set pieces. I keep him in.
I might let White start, you know, because you're not wrong in needing to win the game and all of that kind of stuff. And White's look rusty, but I actually felt, you see the run of games that were about to end with Sunderland. I remember looking at the start, whenever the start would be. I actually said for me, the one place I would want to see rest. Not even rest, but if I was the gaffer to rotate, it'd be today, innit? With the greatest of respect to them, and I still want to win and all of that. I wasn't on resting no one against Brighton, like even being a bit more extreme than Mikel Arteta. So it kind of leaves food for thought. But the dynamics have shifted in it. So for me, I go White. You're right with Timber, but I can't complain about White being rusty if I'm never going to give him an opportunity. Timber will still have to play. So White right back, Raya obviously in goal, Mascara and Gabriel Magalhaes.
We haven't considered something. A cheeky Skelly midfield shift.
That's what I was getting to. That's why I said Hincapié. That's why I was saying Hincapié left back. Hincapié left back. It probably will be Calafi, but Hincapié left back. That's your little minutes out there. Or you could see Mascara and Hincapié both start, but Hincapié out there. Midfield, because you said the Miles Lewis Skelly, Declan Rice, Wanyeri, Eze, Marino, Saka. Everyone else stay warm. But we know we're not seeing. Let me do it without Miles Lewis Skelly in midfield then, because we know we're not seeing that. So keep the Miles Lewis Skelly, White, Mascara, Gabriel, David Raya. Forgetting the Miles Lewis Skelly thing, Norgard, Rice, Wanyeri, Saka, Trossard. Have I said Marino?
No.
Marino. So yeah. Surely we did. None of you said that though. Like, has there ever been a better chance to explore Miles Lewis Skelly playing in midfield? Because he basically plays there anyways, and like,
we got a little 20 minutes or so at Brighton, innit, or something like that.
Yeah, we got a little bit. Yeah.
Marino's a 9, and that's that. I hear it. To be fair, I hear it. The tenting is
I don't
very
know what
scary.
it is, man, but just keep doing what you're doing, Double M, man. If Nelly wasn't injured, I'd slap him 9, to be fair. I hear that, but like you said, he's injured, innit? So it's a Trossard thing through the 9 if you're looking for one of those false 9 kind of guys, if that kind of makes sense to you, chat, man. What about Saka false 9? I wouldn't do it, but I hear it, especially with Ousmane Dembele's.
And then who you playing on the right then, bro? Or not Waneri?
No, I'm speaking about Saka in general with the false 9. Today, I'm not really on that.
Nah.
But Waneri could do the job.
No, not for me. I mean, it's possible. It's definitely doable. But I think right now he's got that right wing thing on lock where every game I know he's making the right choice every time. I don't want him to have to start again and learn like, all right, boom, I got my back to go here. Like, changing positions is not as easy as like many people think. I know people always talk about like right backs going into midfield and whatnot. It's different, like passing angles, different receiving angles. There's so
different
much
information the manager's going to want you to do according to where you are as well.
Like when Saka receives the ball, he can basically see the entire pitch, right? When someone, let's say Rice pings it to him and he's on the right wing, he traps the ball perfectly as per usual, and he can see every single angle in front of him. You receive it as the false 9. You have to now get on the turn and then be able to look at what's in front of you. It's a bit too different. I'm not saying he can't do it. It's just something that would take quite a bit of retraining, if you will. One that like completely unrelated, but one that I think people get very angry about, which I wouldn't be so furious to see, is seeing what he does do on the left. Not because, but let me explain why. I'll give you my reasoning. I think Saka, if let's say he's a 10 out of 10 on the right wing, I still think Saka on the left wing is better than most other people on the left wing anyway. Whereas our left wingers, let's say, for example, Madueke, he played like left wing a couple of times. I don't think he does a good job on the left. So he'd probably be better on the right in certain games, not as a permanent thing. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face because unless
it's a consistent swapping thing, I'm not on it. I agree with you, but I'm not on it.
No, but I'm saying as in like I understand the reasoning behind it. You know what I mean? Because we've seen him even this season. There's a time. What was the one?
In the
was
champs?
It Fulham? No. I think it was. What team was it? I think it was Fulham away where he done some little like run into the inside and he went on the left. He done some skill that I don't even know what you even call it. They didn't show it on the replay. Some skill move through a man's leg and then shot. And
Saka did that for it. And don't forget, people got short memories. And granted, it was a few years ago. Remember, Saka had to do the left back thing. It wasn't left back to right wing. It was left back, left wing. He can do it. And I agree with what you're saying there. In that, obviously, Saka is probably better on the left than he is better on the left than some of his teammates who are like. There's a bunch of players at our team that probably prefer to play on the right more than the left. Saka, there's more of a medium in his performance. Like you do see a better Madueke on the right. I just don't want to move my key player around. But I'm not
saying I would, but I'm saying I would hear that more than the false 9 thing is what I'm saying.
I hear it. It opens up Dalman's not going to start, but it opens up Dalman and what we see of him at the moment. It opens up Wanyeri potentially. I just really want to see Wanyeri in midfield. it's techie. The false nine thing, I think he's got the core strength for it. I think he's good in the pockets. But I think, as Amenyah said, yeah, like, I think it's going to take too much learning at this moment in time for me. Maybe if we started like that in preseason, fair enough. But it's too much learning already. Where we're delicate in the front three.
And then we can practice stuff, innit?
Exactly. And yeah, Saka did end that game against City on the left, but that was a bit different though, because we was on a pylon thing against them. But you're right, like that kind of period, I'm sure Olympiacos as well, Saka and Eze, they were swapping flanks, and these are the sort of stuff we want to see from the gaffer. I remember the gaffer actually saying Wanjeri could play as a striker. I don't know if it was, sometimes Arteta says things you don't know.
A year and a half ago, innit? I remember.
I don't know if he was just saying it for the sake of saying it, or he genuinely believes it. And even if he genuinely believes it, is this the right time to do it? I don't have a clue, man.
It's because there was that runway, he kept on scoring them finesses, isn't it? He kept on just cutting in bang. But
as you know, you're right, and you're not saying this, but as you know yourself, people get caught in them traps, and I think it would apply to Wanjeri. It might apply to Saka. I would probably say Wanjeri, Trossard, or Martinelli in that. We'd have to change the whole way we play. And obviously, if we're getting balls in behind, that's their bread and butter. But we're complaining about playing against mid and low blocks. Like you said, there is that element of you're just going to have to stand with your back to go, hold it up, bring other people in. Maybe that you can, because you used to play as a winger, you can see your wingers running in behind. Now that I need to be the one to drop, to be the sacrificial lamb. So it's a bit too, in my opinion. By the way, that Slavia goalie Markovic is on smoke at the moment. So are we. We pull up and take people's 3 points. We ain't scared of no one, regardless of who goes out there getting dealt with. You heard it here first, people. Marino and Norgard are bagging. You heard it here first.
Eesh.
Bagging what goals? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I said Norgard. I actually don't know why I said Norgard. I don't know why I said Norgard. I really
too excited. I hear it.
Excited. Arsenal making me excited about nothing. Like, I'm excited about Norgard. I'm excited about everything. We're winning a damn trophy this year. You heard it here first, people. Like, I can't tell you out of the 4 trophies, we're definitely winning a bit of silverware. I've never been more. That's what I will say. There's no way on God's green earth in 2026 Arsenal are not celebrating something, man. The injuries scare me, man. Are you worried about last on injuries? Are you worried about the injuries in the attacking unit, like just the attackers?
Yeah, of course.
We're having to wrap man in cotton wool as well.
Of course, it's a worry because, for example, Gyökeres didn't play against Brighton, so it wasn't like a tiredness thing, and then he pulls up and then gets injured. It was like you have been rested, so there's something going on that we're unaware of. Again, maybe it's Adebayor, maybe it's Samet. I don't know who's done it. Someone's done something that I'm not too keen about because, the fact that Madueke has been gone for this long, Havertz has been gone for as long as he has, Jesus, hopefully he'll be back, in a month from now or so. But,
do you think our players run around too much? Because that's what some fans say. Like,
I don't. That's one thing where honestly,
I think it's stupid.
Sometimes we gotta just like not have an opinion on everything. To be honest with you, like there's some genuinely, like there's some things that like we just don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can have an opinion on how certain players play on the left, on the right, or in the middle. What happens at training? None of us are there, bro. So when guys
even saying we're running too much in games, which for me, I think it's nonsensical because you want us to be solid and that. What's going on? The Premier League is intense, bro. There's no walking around. Don't get in that trap of thinking because Arsenal are doing well, set pieces, no one can break us down. And even Burnley, second half, we had a lot to do. But first half, it was more just kind of what we could do. It wasn't the highest of tempo games, but people get caught in this trap of thinking because that you're not exerting high energy levels. Do you know how silly it is?
Yeah. No, people, you know what it is? People will change their narrative, basically. The reason why I say don't speak about things that like we just literally don't know is because people will just make up whatever narrative they want to based on whether or not, I don't know, whether or not they like Arteta, for example, right? Like people will say, they're getting injured because they're taking training too seriously. Arteta, what are you doing? And then in the same breath,
the way you can play. And even the gaffer said that we can't even train half the time when we've got these congested fixtures.
Yeah. Then they'll go and talk about like the Roy Keane era where look at their training sessions that they speak about. Bro, they were killing each other, bro. They were there punching man up and saying this about this person's dad and this. Bro, it was war in the United
States. Forget that. Were they playing 50 to 70 games? If they play for their country.
I don't know the numbers to be fair, but yeah, again,
they definitely weren't.
It wouldn't be too dissimilar, would it? It's the same 38 plus FA Cup carling, and then Champions League is like 2 more games,
expanded champs now, expanded World Cup, even more international breaks now, even more international. What's that thing, man? It's not the World Cup or the Euros. Yeah, there's bare things, bro. Pre-season is that pre-season. Even now, like we didn't do it, but couple teams, remember before they started their actual pre-season, where
United went on a postseason.
That postseason thing, bro.
Open top bus parade for 17th.
It's not making sense, and I don't understand how you can want Arsenal to be like structurally solid, do what we're doing defensively and attackingly, and not do that in coaching. And I mean, in training. And obviously, let's think a bit logically. I'm not even backing the club. It's just common sense. Yeah, when you get into the fixture calendar list, yeah, and like you said, for example, we played on Tuesday, Wednesday last week, and we traveled to Burnley. Do you think man are training week in, week out? I mean, day in, day out. There's recovery. Some man are, managing their load, pause. Some man are having more intensity, and then it's dying down towards the end of the week, and vice versa. It's not making sense. They
will know far more than we do about the state of fitness for these players, right? So that's why I keep saying, like, unless you are there in these meetings, it's quite obvious that in the last year, not even last year, let's say 3 years, right? The Saliba injury, boom, that cost because you have to now go and play Rob Holding. Saka, big injury. Odegaard, big injury. Havertz, big injury. Like, we're not going to act like Arteta and everyone else, I don't know, is like an idiot because they're watching everyone get injured and thinking, you know what? Let's keep on doing the same things. They are obviously aware of it.
To get injured.
Yeah, they're obviously more aware of it than we are. So whatever the reason is, I'm sure they are closer to what the answer is than any of us that are just watching. Like, we can comment on the games that we're watching, but whatever's going on in training, I don't know, man. None of us knowledgeable enough.
There's definitely been times where I do think whether we've had to or Arteta's chosen to do that, or the players have done the Ben White thing where you're not really fully fit, you're playing. I don't think that's the case this season. I actually think there's times where we just simply haven't taken any risks with Saliba, with Gabriel, with Saka. Actually, even with the reballs like Norgard, I think there's a zero risk approach. There might be a time where we have to. There's a reality where Gyökeres could actually play these games. We're just saying, you know what, F that. We don't want to do the gambling thing, but this was a whole thing around depth, so we can't do that. I've got 2 questions for you before I let you get out of here, my boy. Looking down the road, what position does Amenyah think Skelly eventually settles in? Will he forever be a rotation player or first name on the team sheet type?
For me, if I had to guess, I'd probably say left back will be his thing eventually. I think last year we're kind of just ignoring how cold he was last year, given that it was his, like breakout season, if you will. I think he got to 50 games just recently as well.
Crazy, innit?
Obviously, Calafiori has been class as well, so you cannot really argue with Calafiori, starting games this season. But the thing is, I've not seen Skelly play midfield personally enough to know enough about whether or not that can be the long-term thing. But I think
that, man.
He probably can, isn't it? He's very cold. But I just think when you have the possibility to be the guy at left back, especially for England, where your competition right now is Livermore, who unfortunately is out injured. And then people talk about like Lewis Hall, but I don't think he's anywhere near Skelly personally. If I'm Skelly, I'm saying, you know what? Let me make left back my own.
Exactly.
And let me be the Ashley Cole, right? And then if needed, I can do
the Saka thing. You play where you get in. When you solidify yourself, then you can do all of that stuff. If Skelly, like you said there, Skelly doesn't play 50 games for Arsenal if he doesn't do the left back thing. You don't get into the England setup. You don't do all the good and bad things that you've done. You ain't done nothing bad, but you don't have these experiences. You don't get the tabloids drawing you out for daring to reply to Haaland, who drew you out initially. And whether I believe in Lewis Skelly or not, it's not just necessarily ability. Sometimes it's tactically. Young players do cost you points as much as they can win it. And whether I agree with this or not, reality is, if Miles Lewis-Skelly was genuinely seen as a central midfielder, he's fighting Nwaneri. Nwaneri's played more in central midfield this year than him. So you could say he's ahead of him. Norgard is going to come in for those 5-10 games this season. You do have Mikel Merino, who is going to play before him. Declan Rice and Zubimendi is a non-starter. And then you've got the Kais and the Odegaards and the Ezes, them kind of Bandulu ones. So, and half of them were bought for big money or England international. So, to be honest with you, with Miles Lewis-Skelly, I don't care if he cuts out a career, like you said, at left back and he's Ashley Cole, if he's a centre mid, or if he can do both. I just like the fact that he's here, and we've got the best of both worlds. Calafiori ain't put a foot wrong. He's doing his thing. Hincapie's there and whatnot. But bro, you're dream chasing if you think we're grabbing Yildiz or Liao in January. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, man, I wouldn't cry, man. I wouldn't cry. Ainsley Maitland-Niles MLS not Ainsley Maitland-Niles for sure. I believe in him. To be fair, Yeah, I see the angle, man. I see.
Yeah,
And to
respect
be honest, in
Maitland-Niles, though.
today's
He's
day and
balling
age,
out
you've got to
at
be able to
Leon.
play in
Let's
bare
give a
roles.
bit of respect, guys. He's in a title race with Leon. We
I
got
lie.
Maitland-Niles, man. Cold player.
Pick him up, man. My last question for you, Amenyah. Score prediction, man. I can't find the comment, but someone asked me to ask you. Oh, there we
Tonight
go.
or
Big up
Sunderland?
Linz.
Oh, today. I actually did all my predictions today. I went 1-0.
Man skipped today and went straight to Sunderland.
No, because I saw Jacques on the screen, so I thought you were going to ask me about Sunderland thing, innit?
Oh, you can touch on that. Our old
no,
ways.
my today one is 1-0. I'll be honest. It's going to be a nasty watch, in my opinion. Because the issue is though with these predictions is like we don't know the lineup. So I think I always prefer doing them when I know who's starting in it. If I see like let's say Marino midfielding, my opinion changes compared to if it's going to be him playing up front. You know what I mean? So I'll go for like a scammy 1-0, like a professional thing where we get the first goal and that's it. Like it's lights out. We don't even
like
really...
against Bilbao, smash and grab. Even have we got the players to
not,
do this?
not even like a smash and grab, because like we're going to be on top, but we're not really going to be. It's going to be more of like the horseshoe, passing it around, trying to find the space, and then eventually you just get the goal and it's like, okay, cool. We can all.
Good thing is at 5:45, then no one should be falling asleep.
Yeah. And even better because there's 2 massive games tonight to try and watch at the same time.
Bro,
so
there's bare massive. Do you know how annoying Champions League is? Yeah. Obviously, I'm always gonna pick Arsenal first, and make sure you lot are following Amenyah, yeah, because he talks about Arsenal, but he does a fucking good job on TikTok and YouTube and all these things, like covering all of Europe and things like that. Yeah. You look at the Champions League, you've got maybe I'm being a bit of a hipster, but I'm sure you've got Juventus, Sporting Lisbon, you've got Liverpool, Real Madrid. I'm sure you've got PSG, Bayern today. Obviously, we've got us. It's a mad thing. And there's probably a couple other games I've missed out, man. The closest it gets to that tomorrow, I think Napoli, Frankfurt, I'm going to watch that. That might be...
City Dortmund will probably be the good one tomorrow.
That's another one, yeah. But we'll spread these games out, man. Every minute. Same shit. But yeah, obviously, scoreline, though. You went with 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0.
I'm going with 2-0, man. I think we'll do a set-piece thing. And they'll just... I don't know if it's a Norgard or someone might bag. My last thing, then. Talk to me very briefly about Sunderland, then. I know you want to speak about it. Look at our old boys returning.
It wasn't necessarily that I wanted to. I just thought that was the question.
He might boss Zubimendi and Rice.
I can't lie. For me personally, he's been signing of the season in the Premier League. Granit Xhaka. Zubimendi's in the top. No, he is. No,
I hear you. He's up there, but don't be that.
No,
guy,
he is number
man.
one. He is number. I wasn't
He's
like even
there.
just for today. I made my list like last week or whatever. So far, after a quarter of the season, for me, he's number one, bro.
To be fair, him and Henderson have done well for their clubs, you know.
I had Henderson like 9th, I think it was. He was in the top 10 as well. I don't see a world where anyone expected Sunderland to be doing this well. I had him to survive relegation comfortably, but not to be doing this in the first 10 games. Obviously, they're not going to stay there for the whole season, you'd imagine. But on the weekend, look, it's one of them games again where I really do not care how the performance goes. As long as we go and grab the points. Bro, I was watching them against Everton yesterday. I'm thinking, you know what? Go get angry, bro. Someone get a red card, but hurry up, bro. Start getting.
If we can't rattle Xhaka, we have some of our team of all people. If we cannot rattle Granit Xhaka, I don't know what we're on. I want to be a gentleman. We'll get a beer after Xhaka, but we need to be on you, fam. I'm nervous. I'm more nervous about Sunderland than I was about. Because anyone that knows, do you know how mad it is? I'm more nervous about the run of games we've had. Obviously, it's ended now, ending with Sunderland. Then I am necessarily beyond the obvious about Chelsea, Spurs, Bayern Munich, all them games, because I think every Arsenal fan would agree Palace, and it don't really matter the competition, but Brighton, Palace, Fulham, Newcastle, West Ham, I might be missing out one. These were the teams that have been banana skins over the last few years, and whatever people say about them lot, credit to them, and about us, been handling business, my guy. Simple as that. And we're definitely winning silverware this year.
If you had the chance now, you go back to summertime. Cheeky little 10Ms, Granit Xhaka, you want it?
Nah.
One last dance, no? One last dance.
Man. Would you go back to your ex-girlfriend once it's done, bro? Like, fuck that.
No, but
big up Xhaka, but nah, blood, like, could have just got you should have brought Rangers or go and find me the next.
Hey, listen, man, they're letting Oxlade-Chamberlain train with the under-21s, man. They bring back my boy, man.
Nah, listen, I love Granit. Do you know what? For leadership and all that,
okay, how about this though? Can we let him come to the parade? I think he can be on the bus.
Yeah, nah, Granit, Tomiyasu, Ramsdale, not your dad. All the Tierney,
Tierney can be on the bus.
All the fallen soldiers, the people that helped build this foundation thing, yeah? You're here. You're
What's
here.
it? Nuno Tavares on the bus.
Nah, G, you was nah. Decision making. He'll probably come on the wrong day. Terrible flipping.
But Xhaka, you can come on the bus, man. Feel free, man.
I'd take Welbeck.
Welbeck.
I'd take Danny. I'd take Danny
I would as well. And I never even wanted him to leave when he did at the time. I felt like he offered something far too different to everything that we had at the time.
Danny Welbeck left wing.
Hey, someone asked me a question last week here, and I couldn't believe how much I had to think about it because you'd never think it's a sensible question. But he asked me, obviously, given that we're in 2025, he asked me who's better, Welbeck or Ronaldo? And I sat there like, hold on a minute. Is there a world where Welbeck is slightly better than Ronaldo now? Like, I think he might be. I can't lie. I think Welbeck, I never thought I'd utter those words in real life, but I think Welbeck might be better than Ronaldo.
Nah, I'm going to give it Ronaldo, man. I have to say Ronaldo, man. It feels like blasphemy. But obviously, one's playing football in the Middle East, one's still starting for a good club in England. Probably.
For the one right now, you take it. To fair, Ronaldo for the like the PR, and I guess you take.
But I'm taking the logical decision is Welbeck. But for the glitz, the glamour, the drip.
Yeah, I can't lie. The Ronaldo, yeah.
I want to be like Viva Ronaldo. I just imagine in an Arsenal shirt for no reason.
Old Trafford, it's just
like, bro, Cristiano Ronaldo Cristiano Ronaldo with us from set pieces. Granddad, stay in the box. Lump it long. Imagine him and Magalhaes together in this from a set piece.
Facts.
Crazy works. Just Ronaldo, you're not taking free kicks at my club, though. I ain't trying to see that in 2025.
Yeah, not oh wait. Now, bro,
this
one thinks Welbeck is better. Come on, man.
Oh man, where can people find you, Amenyah, man? It's a big show as normal, man. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. YouTube now, man. Now I'm on a daily thing now. The last 3 months, man. I'm on a YouTube.
But you've needed to. You got to 50K. Soon get to 100. There's no reason why you can't get 100. You're already killing it on TikTok and the rest of it.
Yeah, the dream is to try and get the plaque over here, end of the season. World Cup time, 100K, hopefully. But obviously, TikTok, we're still moving. IG, we're moving. Everywhere, it's just the same name, basically. So follow wherever you want to feel like following. No problems.
Now, follow it all. Support the guys, man. There's too many clowns in this content stuff. So why not be subscribed to people that can be right when there's times to be negative, happy when there's stuff to be positive, be balanced and critique their own opinions, man. But yeah, he's not related to Troops. That's sounding kind of racist, my boy. Like it's just sounding like two black youths in London. Like I don't know, man. One lives in Northwest, one lives in South. I don't know what you're on with that. They're both light skin, you never know. But yeah,
we know. There's no link there whatsoever.
One's Jamaican and one's Lithuanian and Ghanaian.
No link.
Hey, boy, and you better be careful, boy, because you see when Jamaica gets to that World Cup, you're the first person I'm coming to draw out. But that's for another stream.
Funny coincidence that we're rocking our nations as well.
Yeah, you have to wear the Ghana thing. You can't wear the Lithuanian thing. You can't wear that. Them man could not. Jamaica will move to them, man.
Anyway, would you look at the time?
But yeah, people, subscribe to Amenyah, smash the like button. We couldn't have done it without you lot. On behalf of the chat, as usual, big up Amenyah. Come on, you Gunners. Hopefully the thing persists, people. But on that note, we're out, man.
Let's watch that one goal. Come on.
Like someone tell Amenyah to rise up.
Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
Rise up for goal. There's some baby trophies. Now, big up Amenyah. Subscribe to the channel. Always